Good morning, ladies. We have so much exciting stuff happening. Oh, there's Liz. Okay. So welcome to Top Floor Women. Are you guys excited to be here? We have a special guest. I have to honor her first because I always open this up with, if you haven't been to Top Floor Women, this started years ago by a lady named Mindy Epstein, and she started it in Franklin at the elevator and went to the top floor, and that's how she got the name. Mindy's right here. Thanks for joining us. This is awesome. Oh, all right, so are you guys ready for summer? This is awesome. Today we have an amazing speaker that is going to inspire you and motivate you. And so before we get started with that, we have a couple of announcements. Lots of announcements, actually. Thank you to JP the Geek for this space, because this is a great space for us to meet at every month. We are going to go somewhere different next month because we are going to do a yoga instruction. So if you have your mats, you can bring your mats, and we're going to go to Stage 1 Dance Academy. So that'll be on Top Floor Women's website, and you can get all the information there. So we won't be here, we'll be at Stage 1 Dance Academy. The other thing is we have some great announcements. There are 4 new authors in this room, and I have books in the back. We're going to give one away today. But raise your hand if you're an author in this compilation. Woo! Way to go, ladies. It's been a fun journey. And so besides that, there are lots of things that are happening this summer. Speakers that are coming up. Next month, we have Paula Lamy that's going to be doing our yoga instruction. And and then in August, we have Valerie Bruning that has Bruning Law Office, and you guys may have seen her here before. She's been here a lot. And then in September, Stacia and Stephanie are going to talk to us about nonprofits. And so it's just a really, really great lineup for the rest of the year. So stay tuned and stay connected to that. I am Melanie Ake with Everyday Leaders. So if you guys don't know me, go to the Top Floor Women page and then check out the rest of the stuff that I'm doing, because we have masterminds going on. We have all kinds of fun events happening this summer. Besides that, today we have a coffee sponsor. So I want to give her a few minutes. Melissa Bewley, right? Bewley, okay.
For right now, until next month.
Okay.
You can just say Melissa B. No.
Yes.
Not Missy, though.
So every month you can be a coffee sponsor, and you get 5 minutes to talk about your business. And actually, Mindy started this whole program, so it was really nice to be able to continue that, to give a business owner an opportunity. So do you want to say a few words, and then we have a video to play?
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. Hi, friends. I am so glad to be here. Very thankful for Melanie. And I got to meet and greet a few of you, already knew a few of you, and I wish I had a little bit more time to mingle with everyone, but I'll be sticking around, and hopefully we'll get to be able to mingle and introduce ourselves and talk. But God has brought a lot of things into my life, and things that I didn't even foresee that I would be involved in. But here I am. He's leading, and I'm following. I've been involved with network marketing, a global company that is really in a class of its own for 2 years now. And I did bring some samples of some good smart energy brain food, if you will, if you want to sample that, and some liquid collagen. Got a nice little video that I'm going to share. It's just a couple minutes long.
Start your routine with our gentle cleanser. Next, apply True Renew to awaken youthful radiance. Then, enjoy the instant cooling effect from our eye cream. And finally, indulge in immediate hydration with our anti-aging moisturizer. True Clean awakens your skin's radiance with a 2-in-1 cleanser and exfoliator that removes dead skin cells and impurities and maintains your skin's natural oils. True Renew delivers results you can feel on day 1. This cleaner, kinder retinol alternative is clinically proven to tackle 11 visible signs of aging, starting in just 3 weeks. True Lift activates revitalized eyes with 360-degree correction to improve 7 visible signs of aging. True Hydrate provides rapid hydration as it activates brighter looking skin starting in just 7 days. True Science works with your skin by giving it what it needs to activate improvements you can see and feel. Level up your results by pairing with Healthy Glow Essentials for wellness from the inside out. Better yet, leverage the power of products that drive results to build a thriving side business to activate every aspect of your life. Walk in youthful radiance and live with true confidence. Discover true transformation through the power of activation today.
Who doesn't want to have those results, right? Thank you so much for your time, and I would very much look forward to connecting with each of you at some point in time. Thank you. God bless.
All right, so let's kick this off. We have an amazing speaker today, Lisa Devon. Devon. So sorry. I try to make this so complicated. So she is a motivational speaker, and she is going to blow us away with just her presence. So to make you feel good, to let you know that life can be great no matter what day it is. And then I'm going to let you take it away because I don't want to steal your thunder. Thank you for being here.
Every single leaf I see on the ground or on a tree is $1 that belongs to me. You see, I have altered my reality, and this influx of cash has set me free to go wherever I want to be and bring along a friend or 3. Manifestation is the key, and green is the color of my energy, like every single leaf I see. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. I'm Lisa Devon. I am a motivational poet and humorist, which means I like to think I'm funny. You don't have to, but I like to think that. And I'm a mom of 2. My oldest is 23, my youngest is 20, but might be referred to as the teenager in this presentation because that is the energy that person gives me in my life. So what else do you need to know? I work at IU as an executive assistant when I am not performing poetry and doing talks and things like that. Okay? Alrighty, we're ready to do this thing. I got a few little introductory items. I'm going to see, first of all, if this thing works. We'll just do this thing because I know that works. Okay, so on this journey, everybody is at a different place, and that is okay. If you have been introduced to some of these concepts before, then maybe I don't say anything that you have never heard before, but I might say something that you needed to be reminded of. And so everything that I say here today will be for someone in this room. I fully admit it could be me. I minister to myself, that's okay. The other thing, if you have never heard of any of this, you're not familiar with any of this stuff, that's okay too. When I first graduated college, way back in 1991, I didn't want to go back and live with my mother and her husband because reasons. And I needed a job and I wanted a baby. And so I manifested a situation that was all 3, right? And so I became a nanny. And I lived with this family, and the woman was a nurse, and she was fantastic. She was from England, and just such a different life than my conservative Southern Baptist upbringing. Right? And so it was really a great experience at that age to live with a different kind of family, right? And just see how they do things. And so the husband, he had a business like selling t-shirts. Now I thought that the business wasn't super successful and he could have maybe stayed with the baby, but this is their life, this is what they wanted to do. So and I needed this, so I did it, right? So staying with the baby. And so Jeff, the dad, comes home one day and he says, "Oh, my elbow hurts." And so I asked it what was wrong with it. And I forget what the elbow said. But he was caressing it and telling it that it was going to be okay, right? And I thought, well, perhaps this is why he doesn't stay with the baby. But so that was, 30 some odd years ago. I'm telling you, friends, I now have the book. in case you are unable to hear what your elbow has to say, the book will tell you what is wrong with your elbow. And further, it will tell you what to say and to a mantra to manifest the changes in your life. And so I am going to give this book away to someone else, to someone today. I will also give away a copy of my own book that has my poems and whatnot in it. But this book, and so the same information is contained in those books, and it just has lots of different covers in case you see it somewhere and you want to get it. I highly recommend Louise Hay. She was incredible, a very knowledgeable woman. So with all that said, I want you to take what resonates with you here today, right? And the rest you can leave behind, because everything's not for everyone. You already know that, right? That's not a secret. Another thing that you should know in the basis before we get started, and this was developed by the teenager, is the woo-woo scale. And so if it's a little bit woo, it only gets a 1 out of 7 crystals. But if it's very woo, it gets 7 out of 7 crystals. And so just giving this as a framework for anything I might say, in case you want to say to yourself, wow, that's getting 6 crystals. You just it gives us a framework to work with, right? Just so that we know where we are. Okay, and so the next thing, it really dovetails with what Melissa said, in that God leading us to where we're going to go. So in my worldview, source energy, creator, the divine energy, the Holy Spirit, Allah, God, all of it is the same. And it is that entity, our creator, is so big and so unlike us that we need dozens of ways to try to explain what that is. And I feel like those are all the same thing. These are our ways to try to explain that and incorporate that into our life. And remember that we are part of the divine all of the time, every single second of every single day, right? So just so that you understand, that's what I'm talking about. So this should dovetail into what beliefs that you may have. Okay? Alrighty. So who is ready to learn about manifesting? Anybody? Okay. I'm glad to hear it. Great. So the thing is that no one ever taught you the rules of manifesting, right? And one is you're always manifesting all the time. Everything you say, everything you think, everything you do, you are manifesting things in your life, good or bad, right? So if you say, oh, I can't do that. Oh, there's no way I could do that. I could never learn to do that. You are exactly right. That if you say, I can do that, again, you are exactly right. And I know this sounds really simplistic. This is, the little engine that could, and I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. It's so true. And again, you've all heard this, but you just need to remember that and believe that and police yourself all the time and stop with your limiting beliefs. I manifested my job at IU, right? And I love, love, love it. I wanted a job where they use all of my skills and talents and they pay me well for it and they respect me and they appreciate me and they do all of that. That being said, I'm ready to take my time back and spend my time doing this, making visual art, writing poems, growing plants and flowers. And so I told that to my friend. I'm telling everyone who listens because that's how I manifest, right? To speak it into existence. And she said, oh, I could never do that. I'm never going to be able to retire. I'm going to be working a half a day on my funeral. I'm never going to be able to retire. And I'm like, right? That's meant as a joke. But I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. Because I will be retiring in 2025. so that I can spend my time doing this, which I love. The second thing to understand is what you focus on, you get. Right, so many times we focus on the negative things, the problem things, and then you just get more of that. And you're like, oh, why does all these things happen to me? Why me? When what you should focus on is what you want. And it's simple, but it's not always easy to do. Has anybody in here ever seen the show Frasier? Well, he's a psychiatrist who could use some therapy. And he's not very athletic, and he learns to ride a bike, of course, to impress some girl. And at the end, he's riding a bike, and there's a big blue mailbox, and it's on the side of the road. It's not even in the road; it's on the side. And he's like, "Don't hit the mailbox! Don't hit the mailbox! Don't hit the mailbox!" And what do you think happens? Because he's focused on the mailbox. So you have to be really conscious about where you put your focus. The next thing to understand is the universe always says yes, right? And it does not understand not and no. So if I say that I want a new car, I would never say I want a new car. I would say I have a new car. Even if it feels like that's not true in the present, you got to give the real world chance to catch up with your energy. So I have a new car, and I want any color but red. Any color but red. I have a new car, and it is not red. You know I'm getting a new car that's red, right? Because you said red. And the universe goes, red? Absolutely, we can do that. Yes. Yes, and. So this is a matter of framing, right? So you want to make sure that you frame all of your thoughts, desires, your wants, so that the universe can say, yes. So if you say, oh my God, this is tricky. I'm going to fall down these stairs and break my leg. The universe says, yes, yes, you'll do that. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So you want to be really careful about how you frame your wants and desires, okay? And so the next item on the rules of manifesting is that we are all powerful, intuitive, suggestible beings, all of us humans. And whatever you tell yourself is true for you. When you tell yourself, I can't do it, you're exactly right, right? So you have to be really careful about the things that you tell yourself. Now, some of us tell ourselves mean things. We have that terrible inner critic in our head, and believe me, I understand. Because my worst hater lives inside my head. Now, how I wish that witch were dead. But instead, she questions everything that I ever said. My confidence, she tries to shred upon my soul. She does tread, and she fills me with dread, whether I'm alone in bed or standing online for bread, because I never have enough bread or cream or cheese. I never have enough of those pocket staples, and that emptiness, it enables my hater to turn the tables, and she gets under my skin and destroys me from within. But I won't let her win. And what is her problem anyway? And why do I let her stay or hold any sway? Maybe it's because she's not here every day. See, some days I got inside my head the captain of my cheerleaders, and they are my dream feeders, and they are some rabid fear eaters, and they are the source of these meters. Know that, you hearers and readers, because my sanity teeters on the words of my cheerleaders, drowning out the hater inside my head. Thank you so much. I love that piece. So if you find the hater starting up on you, you want to check in with yourself. You want to halt activity and check in with yourself and see, am I possibly hungry? You know about hangry. You already know your friends at Snickers have made you familiar with hangry, and I can tell y'all are understand. You might just be straight up angry, and sometimes when we are angry, we take that and we turn it in on ourselves instead of the person or the thing that we're really angry at. Don't do that. You don't deserve that. Lonely. You're by yourself. You don't have anybody to get you out of your own bubble. But just be aware, and that you can stop that hater. You can shut her down. Tired. My hater is on the clock, and at 11 p.m. is when her shift starts. And she just starts in on me, and I say, oh, well, I feel terrible about myself. It is time to go to bed. And so, right, you might have some handy reminders like that. And when she starts up on me, I have a few things that I like to say. I love myself. I accept myself. Now, if you're the kind of person who's ruminated on that dumb thing that you said back in the 4th grade, then you also want to add, I forgive myself. Or the thing you said last week, or whatever. And when you first start with these, they might feel like they're just words. But you're very suggestible, remember? And so whatever you tell yourself is true for you. So why don't we say these together? I'll say them, you can repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
One more time just for fun. I love myself.
I love myself.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Another one I like is all is well. Things seem to be going downhill rapidly. I say all is well. All is well. And the other one that's my absolute favorite and is there is plenty of time. When I got here this morning, I got in the car, I'm going to leave, and my backpack feels kind of light. And I realized it's because my computer's not in there. And they told me I needed my computer for this. And so I was charging back into the house, and I live like 30 minutes away. And so I'm driving here, and I'm going, there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. Okay, so now we have learned that we're always manifesting, right? We got our focus. We're focusing on what we want. We're framing it as a yes. We're knowing how powerful we are. And we're going to talk about that a little more later. So the next thing you got to do is believe. Right? I got this fancy slide because you don't just regular believe. You have to Disney believe, okay? You have to wish upon a star believe. You have to believe a wooden boy can turn into a real boy. You have to believe if you kiss a frog, he's going to turn into a prince. You have to really believe with your whole heart that you deserve whatever it is you want. Above all else, you deserve it. And that you can have it. You can have it. And that you are powerful enough to change your own reality. Okay? So I know that that's a lot to do. And so a thing that will help you to manifest these things is to raise your vibration. Does anybody know how you might raise your vibration? Great. Anybody else? Perfect. You guys are doing yoga next week, or next month it is, right? Yoga's a good one. Gratefulness. Perfect. Yes. You guys don't need me here for this. You already knew. So I am going to talk about meditation. Meditation is, if you're from the religious tradition, you might call it prayer. And so to me, there's two kinds of prayer. There's one where you ask for or tell the universe what it is you would like, and then the other kind where you listen to receive a message, right? And so meditation is quiet stillness. And they say the best time to do that is the first 30 minutes when you wake up and the last 30 minutes before you go to bed, which is wonderful. But if your life doesn't work out like that, any time that you could get to it is the perfect time for you, right? And so meditation is also where you get in touch with your intuition. And it's like a muscle, right? Work out that intuition muscle, and it gets stronger until you learn to listen to it. I was in bed the other night, I get in bed, and my eye is itching, and I don't have my glasses on, and I'm kind of, getting something out of my eye, and my intuition says, get your finger out of your eye. Get your finger out of your eye. 2 seconds later, my husband elbowed me in the elbow, and I would have just right through my own eye if I hadn't listened to my intuition that says, don't do that. So it can really benefit you, and you probably already hear it, but maybe you don't really listen like you should to your intuition. But practice that. Eating fruits and veg, I could do a whole hour on that, but it makes me feel fantastic. And so what I would say to that is pay attention to how foods make you feel and beverages. And if you do that, some of you are going to find you're lactose intolerant. So the other side of that is avoid the things that make you feel bad. Because those are two separate things, and they're not always easy to do. Being and appreciating nature, you know how good that feels. Move your body. Yesterday I was a little stressed out about this talk. And I was worried. The title that I had given Melanie is not what I was going to do anymore. And I put my tennis shoes on and I went for a walk. And the next day I come back and I'm back. I'm back. And I know that this is going to be great. And this is right where I'm meant to be. And you're right where you're meant to be. Gratitude, somebody said that. It is Gratitude and depression are mortal enemies, and they have a real hard time living together. So if you want to beat back the hater, you can just say all the things that you're grateful for. I start sometimes at the crown of my head, and I'm grateful for, my thick, lustrous hair. I'm grateful for my eyes, my skin, every bone, every muscle, all the way down. I'm grateful I can walk. I'm grateful for my job, my husband, my car, my house, everything. And so that I find that to be really helpful for me. Mindfulness is being in the moment. And so some people say that depression is living in the past and anxiety is living in the future, right? So if you stay right here and right now, then you can avoid both of those as much as you can, right? Grounding. If I had to pick a favorite on here, I might pick this one. And so the young people today like to say, go and touch some grass. And I think what they mean by that is to reconnect with reality. But you can do that. And I like to do it with my feet. I like to be barefoot on the earth. We are, presumably, all earthlings. And we are part of the earth. I don't want to assume, but anyway, we're all part of the earth. And we want to connect with that. And sciencely, that's a new word I made. Scientifically, you discharge negative ions into the ground when you put your feet on the ground. And I do it even when it's cold outside because it feels so good to me. I level up because I do my affirmations while grounding, but baby steps. Baby steps. Sound healing. There's lots of different kinds of frequency stuff that on the internet. See the cool bowls. Anybody ever heard of a didgeridoo? Right? You got that? That's a sound healing tool. Staying hydrated. You all know your houseplants with complicated emotions. So drinking enough water, it can't be underestimated, the value of that. We talked about avoiding toxic substances, also toxic people. You know who they are. They probably know too, but I'm not getting involved in that right now. Reiki, I'm really into Reiki right now, and it's energy healing. I've done acupuncture before, and I loved it. It was fantastic. And positive affirmations. This one I feel like is the most important. So most of you have probably heard of chakras before, but if you haven't ever heard of chakras, then you have these 7 chakras, right? You got the root chakra, the sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. So for each chakra, there is a word for affirmation, right? So the root chakra is I am, right? Sacral chakra is I feel. And that's like when you feel something just right in your gut, right? I feel. Solar plexus is I do or I have. I like to do I have. Of course, your heart is I love. And your throat chakra is I speak. Third eye chakra is I see. And your crown chakra is I know or I understand. So, if you guys are into it, we can do one of my favorites here, and I'll say it, and then you can say it after me, okay? Let's take a deep breath first, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. I am abundant.
I am abundant.
I feel abundant.
I feel abundant.
I do all things in abundance.
I do all things in abundance.
And I love my abundance.
I love my abundance.
I speak abundance over my life.
I speak abundance over my life.
And I see abundance all around me.
I see abundance all around me.
And I understand that abundance is my birthright.
I understand that abundance is my birthright.
So, when you say I speak abundance over my life, you cannot be talking about, I don't have enough money for that, right? You have to say, I have plenty of money. But you might say, I choose not to circulate it in that way. And when you do spend it, you say, oh, I'm so happy to circulate it in this way, right? I see every leaf around me is $1, right? That's abundance that belongs to me. All right, let's do one more because I love it. I am healthy.
I am healthy.
I feel healthy.
I feel healthy.
I have healthy habits.
I have healthy habits.
I love my healthy body.
I love my healthy body.
I speak health and wellness over my life.
I speak health and wellness over my life.
And I see my healthy, fit body.
I see my healthy, fit body.
And I know that a healthy body is its natural state.
And I know a healthy body is its natural state.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm going to say this about that. When I look in the mirror, I love my healthy body. And I see my healthy, fit body. And instead of looking and saying, ooh, I didn't like this part. Ooh, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. I love my healthy body. And so this is not only important for you, this is important for your children. If your daughters are watching you, and your sons too, really. I love my healthy body. I love that I can walk. I love the things that it does for me. And I speak. You cannot be walking around talking about, oh, my this or that hurts. Oh, that hurts. You are making that more real by saying so. So you could say, I flow freely through the world, or whatever you make up that sounds good to you. Right? These are your mantras. This is your life. You make it up as you go along, right? So I want you to understand that you can manifest your dream life. A teenager would remind me all the time that I'm not special. But you can do it too. I would assert all of us are special. But she would say if everyone is special, no one is special. But right, it's tough, man, living there. It's challenging. But she'll call you on a limiting belief in a second. She's like, that's a limiting belief. Well, I'm so glad you're listening, but man. So I want you to know that you have the power. You have the power. So you can manifest what you want through your speech. You speak it into being. This one is my favorite. This is the one, clearly is my forte. This is what I'm good at, right? And saying things from the stage makes them happen even more quickly. But you do what works for you. Another thing that I like is the written word. So you can write it down in a journal, and you never have to share it with anybody, right? This is your own personal secret desires. You do whatever works for you. Another good way is visualization. You could do this while you're meditating. If you ever heard any sports stars give a motivational talk, you know what they say? They say, oh, I visualized the ball going into the basket, right? They say, I saw the ball going through the uprights. And I visualized the guy catching, my perfect pass. Visualize it. And so be careful not to visualize things you do not want, because now that you've put that as a possibility in the universe, and you don't need to do that. Don't do that. So when you do all that, we're going to focus on what we want and believe that we can have it. Okay? Because you have the power. Has anybody in here ever played Mario Kart?
Oh, yeah.
We love some Mario Kart, right? I like to be Peach, personally. And so I am Peach, and I'm driving the car. But I am also every other driver and every single obstacle, because I created this universe that I live in, right? And you create the universe that you live in and the obstacles that come up for you. And understand how powerful you are. And I know that sounds like, that's getting 6 crystals for sure, right? I get it. But the more that you understand that you are that powerful and you can create that, then the more that you do, right? And so, with power comes what? Great responsibility. Exactly. So that is the responsibility to watch your mouth, right? And to make sure that you are talking about things that you do want, not the things that you don't want. So you want to guard your words and thoughts. You get the little bodyguard in there to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're saying. So you need to speak positively to yourself, to your loved ones, and to others. When I say others, I mean any kind of others, right? I mean people who disagree, people who have crazy opinions that you can't agree with. You want to still speak positively to them and to others daily, right? So when I go for my walk every day at the park near my house, there's a trail, and then I go into the wooded part. And right, a couple more crystals here. So I touch the trees and I say, you are beautiful. You are magnificent. You are special. You are wonderful. You are tree-rific. You are tremendous. And so the trees love it, and I love it, but your subconscious only knows you. And so when you say that person is a liar and a thief and a gossip and all these things, your subconscious doesn't know you're not talking about you, right? And so when you tell the trees how fabulous they are, your subconscious, again, doesn't know you're not talking about you. This is particularly helpful if you have a hard time speaking kindly to yourself, right? Speak kindly to others. Because again, your subconscious doesn't know that you're not talking to you. This is a great baby step if we're really battling the hater, okay? So, you can manifest your dream life. You absolutely can. You have to remember your power. You have to focus and believe in what you do want. I think I got time for one quick story, one more. Recognize your manifestation when it comes. When I was 13, cable television got installed in my neighborhood, and we were blessed with the miracle that was MTV. It was the most fabulous thing that ever happened in my whole life. Music videos all day, every day. And my sister was so hypnotized she couldn't even fold the towels while MTV was on. She's still not great at folding laundry, I'm just going to say. But I wanted to work there so badly. But they weren't really hiring a lot of women in television back then. And I didn't really get much response from my resumes. But I did get a job in Indianapolis, and so I moved out here from Richmond, Virginia. And all the other things that I really wanted in my life started to manifest. Met my husband, who would be my husband the first day on my new job. We didn't get married for like 3 years, but we had about 2 beautiful children. I got my little stone cottage, all the things. And then around 2001, the TV station I was working at changed format to be a music video station. Now, in case you don't remember, in 2001, MTV wasn't really playing music videos anymore. They were playing reality shows, and they had TRL, but really, we played music videos all day, every day. And I was a producer-director already, right? So I'm a pretty senior person there. And we had the most fun that you could have and call it a job. And the paycheck was reflective of that, but we got paid a lot in fun. But that's okay. But I recognized that this was my manifestation. This was my MTV. This was the MTV that I was going to get. And so it may not look in the way that you thought it was going to look, right? And it wasn't exactly what your vision is, but it fit in with all the other things that I already manifested that I wanted in my life. And so, this is fabulous. So what you want to do is guard your power, right? Perhaps your mother, like my mother said, if you can't say something nice, that's right, don't say nothing at all. And so you do want to watch your mouth, particularly toward your own self, but to other people as well, because again, your subconscious unaware, right? So now that we have understood we're always manifesting, we learn to focus and believe, we know how powerful we are, we know how suggestible we are, we Disney believe it, that we deserve it, right? We raised our vibrations. I say, go out there and manifest your dream life. My countenance is due to my competence. Coupled with my confidence, you could count on this. Watch me manifest, because I can manifest my destiny on stages from LA to Schenectady and even in Texas. I'm going to be bigger than Texas. Watch me flex this, because I'm the nexus. And I know what's next is meant only for me. And what is meant for you is meant only for you. So if you can dream it, and you can believe it, and you can see it, and you can write it, and you can speak it. You can be it. You can make it happen. And would that make you happy? Thank you so much.